In this anime, almost everyone is born with a special mark somewhere on their body, a symbol that represents their bond with a dragon and grants them the ability to summon and control these powerful creatures. In this world, humans and dragons coexist in harmony, and those blessed with this connection attend a prestigious academy where they learn to fight alongside their winged companions. But Ash is the exception that breaks every rule. Long past the age when his dragon should have appeared, he still hasn't managed to summon one of his own. Because of this, his classmates constantly mock him and treat him like a complete failure. The strange part is that despite being unable to call forth his own dragon, Ash can control the dragons of others. This becomes clear during a training session when a friend allows him to ride his dragon. The moment Ash climbs aboard, he leaves everyone behind and effortlessly dominates the exercise. In the middle of the commotion, he accidentally bumps into a girl. He calmly tries to apologize, but she responds by slapping him in front of everyone before publicly humiliating him. The incident pushes Ash to his limit, and the girl eventually challenges him, promising that if he can defeat her during the next class exercise, she will apologize in front of everyone. When the day of the competition arrives, the two begin the race nearly side by side until a strange noise echoes from the nearby forest. Suddenly, a completely unhinged girl appears out of nowhere. She attacks Ash and knocks him down, but the moment she gets a clear look at his face, she freezes. Without saying a word, she steps backward and throws herself off a cliff. Ash doesn't hesitate for a second. He grabs her hand in an attempt to save her, but ends up falling with her. Just when he believes everything is over, the mark he had been waiting for his entire life finally appears and begins to glow brilliantly.
The man never expected. After receiving power from the dragon god, anyone who formed a contract with him would gain a second evolution. This shocked all the fairies, and they all asked Jack to give them names. Jack did not refuse, because these fairies were entrusted to him by the dragon god. After receiving names from Jack, all the fairies evolved into elves. They were grateful to Jack and the dragon god, but after becoming elves they could no longer hide easily, and did not know what to do next. Jack suggested they should build a village here, and live in this place. The elves agreed, and started preparing to build houses. At that moment, Jack sensed a strange magic power. After checking it out, he found a special fruit. The elves explained this was a fruit they had cultivated. The dragon god also told him to try it. Jack used his skill to cut the fruit. After tasting it, a huge amount of magic filled his body. He immediately used multicasting and was shocked. He could now launch 19 fireballs at once. After that, Jack returned, but the elves made him speechless. They did not know how to build houses at all. It seemed they would have to sleep outside. At that moment, a scream was heard. 3 adventurers had caught an elf. They were excited, thinking they could sell her for a high price. This angered Jack. They were under his protection. He could not fail the dragon god. Seeing Jack was just a kid, the adventurers mocked him, saying saving someone required strength. But Jack raised his hand and instantly fired multiple fireballs. One adventurer rushed forward and was defeated on the spot. The other 2 tried to attack together, but Jack summoned a clone and used multicasting again. They had no time to react and were defeated as well. Jack felt this place was not safe, so he opened a separate space and sent the elves inside, then returned to his own territory. There they would be safe. The elves admired Jack for his powerful magic and asked him to become their leader, to guide their future. They said if he agreed, they would do anything. Since they said so much, Jack could not refuse, but letting so many elves stay in his territory would cause problems sooner or later. He needed a better place for them. Seeing this, the dragon god gave Jack a new high-level magic and told him to bring the elves to a sealed land from the past. Jack was very satisfied. He finally got a skill he had always wanted. The dragon god removed the seal, and a fertile land appeared. Jack asked why it was sealed, but the dragon god refused to explain, and told him to use it freely. Since there was no explanation, Jack did not ask further. They arrived at the sealed land, but after searching for hours, they found no water source. Seeing this, Jack summoned a basic water spirit, gave it a name, and evolved it into a higher form. The evolved water spirit became much stronger and created a river on the spot. Jack was satisfied. Now the place could support life. But another problem appeared. The elves still could not build houses, so he needed dwarves for guidance. Jack went back to the capital. While practicing his skills, he met the princess and explained the situation. He asked for a dwarf to help build houses. The princess agreed, but wanted to see the sealed land. Jack accepted, but the dwarves refused, saying they were too busy to travel. Jack then asked if he could use magic on them. The dwarf allowed it, but instead, Jack created a clone of himself and teleported the princess to the sealed land, while his real body stayed behind. After arriving, the princess felt something unusual, because the royal family had a legend. When the world faced danger, this place would become humanity's final refuge. She took out a special ring, and its light resonated with the mark on Jack's hand. Jack touched the ring, and the entire sealed land began to rise into the air. The princess became excited. This was the legendary Promised Land. As the owner of this place, she asked Jack to build a nation here. Jack felt it was too much responsibility, but the princess said she was willing to serve him and help him achieve it.